All right, what is up, everybody? We are back once again on what's today? Tuesday, on a Tuesday night. I think about the same time we did it last week. This is the week 2 recap. Same cast of guys here. I'm accompanied by Dustin.
Hello.
I'm accompanied by Mr. Bacon
What's up?
and Rockstar. How we doing, Rockstar?
Pretty good, pretty good.
All right, and then you guys know me by now. So, yeah, we're just gonna talk about our experiences at Bahrain. So we just ran our race at Bahrain. And just going down the line, give us a rundown of each one of your individual races, starting with Dustin.
It was a good race. I completely bottled the first lap after good qualifying. Somehow stayed in second because I put up a roadblock, I guess. Um, Ended up with 6 seconds of penalties, I think, which knocked me down to fourth at the end. But honestly, pretty uneventful race, really. Kept it clean incident wise, other than the track limits warnings, but that's just bad driving on my part. But yeah, fourth place finish, can't complain.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty decent for me. Started out in my normal fashion, I guess, starting in the middle to the back of the pack, move up a couple spots or whatever, off rip right away, settled in for a couple laps. Had one or two, I think I had 3 second time penalty or whatever for corner cutting, I think, at the end of the race. Had a little incident or whatever with one of the other drivers on somewhere during the race, middle of the race, something like that or whatever. Nothing too big or whatever, just kind of some racing shit going on. But I mean, all in all, it wasn't crazy boring for me, but it wasn't crazy eventful either. But I mean, at least I finished this race, so I can't really complain. So I'll take a nice seventh place for this one. So
All right, so yeah, my race went not the greatest. Kind of got backed up at the start, and then was fighting for my life from there. Just kind of got DRS trained, and then ended up getting looped at one point in an incident. Tried to just one stop it from there and save time on track from that, and ended up getting back into a half decent spot at the end. So I'll take it.
Yeah, mine pretty disappointing overall. Qualifying was pretty bad. At the very end of qualifying, I really sold my what should have been an improvement on my first, kind of mediocre lap. So I was stuck kind of at the front of the middle of the pack, and I lost 3, 4 positions in the first couple of corners because I really was just trying to survive. I did not want. I don't know. It was looking really chaotic, really hectic around me. I didn't even want to risk sending it through any kind of a gap that I saw because I didn't really have trust in the middle of the pack. I'll be honest. I didn't have the trust. And then just throughout the race, um, I had an okay race pace, decently consistent, no time penalties again, not a single incident involving myself again. So, proud that that's the case, I guess, and lucky that that's the case. And really, I was doing just fine. I was sitting in like P7. I was gonna finish where I qualified. But uh, trying to defend Scorpio or Razak Sali on my very used tires. He had much fresher tires. Fresher, and they were medium tires where I was on very old hards. I go for a switchback into turn one. I execute it perfectly. I just spin out immediately, and then I get too finicky on the throttle to try to recover on the track and do like a donut or two, and I was stuck in 10th. So it just kind of sold my own performance, but it is what it is. I really didn't even have much confidence going into Bahrain. But yeah, that's it as far as our personal stories for the Bahrain race week 2. So moving forward, I don't understand why Racing League Tools makes this image so wide. I've resized it. I've done everything I can to make it not be so wide, but it is what it is. Nova, I guess you've earned it. Getting pole position in Bahrain. Dustin 13 thousandths of a second behind, and then Rockstar 2/10ths behind. Dustin, I think I remember correctly. You had there was something up with your last lap, and I can't remember what it was that happened.
Oh, I just completely bottled it. I was
Okay.
trying too hard at the first corner, and
Mhm.
that just, yeah, it was done from there.
Mm. And then Rockstar 2/10 off the pace from pole position. Is that something you're okay with, or you feel a little let down by that?
No, I was disappointed. I was up 4/10 on my lap and ended up just a tenth, so it actually would have put me pole if I would have just hit the last
Hmm.
corner right.
Same thing with you, Bacon. I guess yours was a little more, I guess to your expectations, I guess, or did you feel like maybe you could have done a little better?
I mean, it was a little bit better. I mean, during the week practicing or whatever, but I mean, all in all, usually I kind of bin it during actual qualifying when it matters. So I wasn't really expecting a whole lot. So
Mm-hmm.
I was pretty satisfied with where I qualified. So
Yep. Yeah, and then looking through the rest of the qualifying results, Arrow, a reserve driver, fin getting fourth. That is reserve driver by choice because he runs other leagues. I think from what he's told us and from what Dustin has talked with him about, and so he's not. He doesn't really want to try and fully commit and maybe take the spot from somebody else who can fully commit. But it's always nice to see him compete, as well as we had another reserve, Foff. Yes, Foff, another reserve, involved in quite a few incidents, but yeah, and Rockstar, I think you being on the trailing end of two of those incidents, um, I guess he apologized to you and he knows he was in the wrong, but yeah, do you have anything really further to discuss concerning those incidents with Foff?
No, I think after talking to him, I understand what happened. It was more of just a not technically on track problem. It was more of a distraction thing. He it was just more battery, trying to save battery and
Hmm.
miss with the controller. You have to take your hand off of the joystick to do it. So then you kind of screw everything. So I kind of
Yeah,
walked him through some stuff and should be all right now.
yeah, because that is from the one test race we did with him, we didn't expect there to be any issues at all. He seemed to be very competent wheel to wheel racing, and I guess not everybody's perfect. We're not experts. We're not professionals. So race by race, race by race. Um, do any of these qualifying results surprise any of you?
Seeing you anywhere near like top five is pretty surprising.
yeah, I'm gonna agree with Dustin. You ahead of me again, pretty surprising. Anywhere up in the top 10, really, it's just kind of a awe factor. But
I will say honestly, like Evo's always good at qualifying. McLaren fans fast. Bacon's usually further up. Trippy's usually further up. Like there's a fair amount of guys that are further down than normal. So
Yeah, I think some people haven't qualified good at all yet, and some people have qualified better than they would at some tracks. So
yeah, like what the hell am I doing in second? But
I'm just gonna keep holding down the middle of the pack here, boys. Don't worry, I got it.
I was a little surprised to see Hashira so high up, only because I got it wrong last time. He's not on a rig that he randomly bought. He's on a controller. I was just waffling, I think. Misread something that he'd said. He is on a controller still, and will
that's
be
why
for
I
like the
picked
next
up
couple
those.
weeks.
That's why I picked up those extra 3 seconds. It was just charity for him to get a podium. Wanted him to feel better.
Speaking of podium finishes, looking at the race results, yeah, Spark Ashira making up 5 positions to finish on podium. We see Dustin falling down 2 positions. 2 races in a row now, Dustin, where you, uh, no, you gained a position at Austria. Never mind, I'm lying. But yeah, Kiwi gaining positions, Bevo gaining positions, Bacon gaining a lot of positions, and actually beating Rockstar in that race. Arrow dropping, me dropping, like we talked about. How do you guys feel about Nova winning this race? He was absent in the first race. First race that he participates in, he wins. I mean, were you guys surprised?
Yeah, I wasn't surprised. We'd raced with him before, and he was quick. Uh, yeah, he was just consistent, put in good
Hmm.
laps, made good strategy calls. He was aggressive to cut back through the field, so he didn't really lose much time. Cleanly aggressive too. Not saying he did anything wrong.
Hmm. A very calculated aggressive.
Yeah, like he made some pretty big sends, but he did them cleanly. He didn't take anybody out or do anything wrong. He
Hmm.
made the moves when he should have and capitalized on it.
Yeah, like Dustin said, did a couple of races with him or whatever. He seemed like a pretty decent driver. I think we all collectively thought after last week or whatever, we never really mentioned anything about him. So it was kind of for me, it was a little bit of a shock or whatever to see him on pole position. And then I had to recall everything. Like, yeah, he's not that bad at it. And then he stuck to his guns and stayed out in front for 99% of the race and ended up getting the job done and doing it pretty well. So props to him. So
Yeah, he moved his way through the field pretty good. I had the incident happen to me and was pretty far back, and he pitted and came out like 6 seconds behind me and mowed me down with the fresh tires and just got by me pretty clean. He just ran his race, and I think Dustin kind of backed up the field at the start a little bit and kind of just let him get into clean air to a degree, and he was just kind of running his own race. But
Yep.
Yeah,
yeah,
he
it
had
was a
2
good
seconds
race.
on it by the end of the first lap. That was my fault. Sorry to everybody.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, like Bacon said, and the rest of you said, kind of a forgotten entity because he didn't race in that first race at Austria. Um, but I will say that as soon as he did get pole position, I did know it was gonna be a tough race for Dustin, a Rockstar from the front, Arrow and Kiwi and Rozak even, uh, who are who I knew through the qualifying were going to be stronger on this track than I was. I mean, you see me in seventh, but I'm not even gonna mention myself. I knew I wasn't really gonna be too competitive. So seeing Nova on pole, I did kind of just get that feeling that it was gonna be a much more difficult race for anyone else to win, as opposed to the Austria race where it was very tight. Um, any kind of feelings about? I know we talked about your results and how your race in general was, but really, like, is it is it disappointment you guys maybe feel? I guess Dustin and Rockstar specifically, Bacon. I mean, nothing for you to be disappointed about as you gained positions, but just overall race analysis, I guess, race performance analysis from the each of you.
I was initially disappointed, um, but thinking back, honestly, fourth is good. That's damage limitation. I
Hmm.
screwed myself with 6 seconds penalties, so I don't think a win definitely wasn't in the equation. But even second, Kiwi was right behind me. Spark closed in a few seconds on the last couple laps, so good on him, especially since he's on a controller. He's not used to racing on that anymore, so top three did really good and deserved it. So I'm happy with fourth.
yeah, I mean, I feel like I could have maybe done, you know, fifth or sixth or whatever, but at the end of the day, like again, where I start from or whatever, gaining a few positions right off the bat and kind of hanging on there, I'm pretty okay with it as long as I do get some positions off the rip or whatever, and then I can hang out where I think I should be during in a group like this. So I'm totally fine with that.
It's definitely not the way I wanted my race to go. I qualified good again, and then the race came, and I don't know why, but my qualifying pace is good, but my race pace stinks, and I just tend to drop back pretty early. But I don't know, I just fought through it with tire strategy, and one stopped it where everybody else two and three stopped it pretty much, and gained a couple spots.
Do you guys have any sort of a driver of the day nomination?
Probably the guy that won the race by the landslide that he did.
Uh, Nova's a good shout. I'd also say Spark went from eighth to third. Drove a good race.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'd have to give it to Spark, moving up 5 positions. Did pretty good to get himself that podium. I don't know
Yeah.
who. I don't know who actually had driver of the day. I don't remember who it
Well, we're
was,
not
but
gonna go off of what the game says. The game.
yeah,
Yeah,
the
we're more
game. The
important.
game's the
Yeah.
game. I don't know who it was in the first place. I would
Yeah.
imagine it was probably him though, right?
We
Was
all know EA sucks.
Yeah, I mean it you know how I don't know. I vote for Spark, so there's really not much of a contest there. I think genuinely, maybe driver of the day should only be considering the on track, but I think, you have to take into consideration that he has adjusted so rapidly to the controller when, like you guys, imagine you guys, maybe you've done a little bit of wheel driving, you kind of have a small feel for it, but imagine you can't use your controller anymore. You have to get used to the wheel, and you have to perform. I mean, it's hard.
I'm
It's
dead.
it's not it's not
I'm
gonna be
dead.
easy.
Instantly dead. If that was
Yeah,
the case.
yeah, and so I think that has to be part of the consideration as well. He's adjusted quickly, and the results are already flowing. So, um, yeah, I guess by majority vote, Spark Ashura, driver of the day for our week 2 Bahrain race. Congrats, Spark! Yay! Um, I don't know what else we have. I mean, McLaren fan fastest lap of the race, a 131 flat essentially. Next fastest, 131.5 from Nova. Yeah, 5/10 of a second faster. He did have softs. Nova was never on softs, but I do wonder what may have happened there. Why I guess McLaren fan may be planning for a two stop the whole time, as he pitted on lap 6 off of the hards, and then 15 laps on the mediums is wild. I wonder if he took some kind of damage to force him to pit early off of the hards. Do you guys know anything about that?
I figured that uh, they were both on a two stop because I was right behind Rozic,
Hmm.
um, or he was. I was either right in front of him or behind him when he pit, and that was early. I think it was lap 5. So,
Yeah, yeah, it was lap
uh,
5.
yeah. So I kind of figured that teammates they were probably figuring on the two stop. So I didn't realize McLaren fan had started hard zone pit on lap 6. That's
Yeah.
definitely a little early. So yeah, maybe some damage.
Hmm. And then I guess since we're talking about tire stats or the stints, we see a pretty standard two stop by Nova. Maybe pitting a little early off of the second stint, but pretty standard there. Kiwi and Hashira, I think pretty early for the one stop there. I'm surprised they made those hards last as long as they did, and hold on to grip as long as they did. Same thing with you, Dustin. Actually, how did those hards feel? I guess since you were on their same strategy essentially near the end.
I hit 80% on the last lap.
Okay, that's
They
insane.
felt awful. Um, Not like I couldn't drive them anymore, but yeah, no, the grip was gone and the fear of a puncture was there. So
And with the benefit of hindsight, do you think maybe it was a negative trade-off? Do you think maybe had you stayed out for maybe another lap or another 2 laps on the mediums, those laps would have been faster than those end of race hards?
yeah, so when I pit off the mediums, I think my pace was still okay.
Mm-hmm.
I was at 70%, so I could have went at least one more lap. Um, but yeah, like honestly thinking back, if I kept it clean, maybe the two stop was the way to go. But with my time penalties, that definitely wasn't in play. I would have been too far back,
Mm-hmm.
probably lost more positions. So
Yep. And then you Bacon guy, I think talking with you, before leading up to the race, I think you were pretty doubtful of the one stop and you were pretty dead set on doing a two stop. Um any sort of regrets really?
I mean, based off what my teammate did, doing the soft, medium, I feel like that's probably what I should have done. I just didn't really know. Like, I know we talked about it, at least me and Dustin and Rockstar talked about it, how the mediums can last pretty long here.
Mhm.
Um, I feel like I should have ran 2 sets of mediums after my softs, like my teammate did. Maybe I would have finished maybe a position or two higher. Maybe been in the top 5 or number 5 at least,
Mhm.
maybe. But I mean, it's whatever. I didn't really get any actual race practice, like do a practice race at all here, so I didn't really know what I was expecting for a 50% a race here. But I tried to do what I could with what strategy I picked out for myself, and finished where I finished. So
Mhm. And then same thing goes for you, Rockstar. I mean, on the tail end of some incidents, but do you think maybe um a two stop could have gained you some time just with the benefit of hindsight, knowing that you did get into those two incidents, and maybe if you pitted differently, you wouldn't have been in those places. How do you feel? I mean, again, benefit of hindsight, but how do you feel?
No, I think I played it right. I think I would have lost too much time just based off. I was keeping pretty good pace with the guys with my used tires to their semi-used tires, and it just wasn't worth me going in and losing all that time to
Mm-hmm.
the couple tenths here and there that I was losing.
Mm-hmm. And as far as any other strategies, I don't see anything too crazy aside from Mason. But I think he did get damage at some point, and so that random stint of softs there in the middle makes sense. Everybody else pretty standard, it looks like. Nothing too insane. Unless I'm missing something. I mean, we talked about Foff pitting a little early off the mediums, but he kind of balances it out with his other two stints. Uh, McLaren fan pitting early off the hards was a little bit of a question mark, but everything else pretty standard, I think. So moving on, so we have some stats. We have our consistency rating, and in a second we'll have the race pace. Most consistent driver according to Racing League Tools was Spark Hashira. Um, and like we talked about before, maybe if you guys missed the explanation, consistency is just like analyzing, you know, your lap times, your sector times in bunches of laps. So like lap 2 through 4. Yeah, laps 2 through 4. What were those sector times and how do those like lap 2 sector times, how do they compare to lap 3 sector times? How do they compare to so on and so forth? And it does it in bunches. So, it mitigates tire wear, slowing you down. It's really just like consecutive laps, how close together are those lap times? And according to those stats, Spark Ashira the most consistent on track. What it do actually, one of the back markers, second most consistent. Maybe not very, very fast, but is second most consistent. Kiwi, Fall Macaroon, and Nova rounding up that top five. My teammate in near the bottom. What are we doing, Dustin? What's going on there?
This is just proving that raw pace is better than consistency.
Let me look for the rest of you. Rockstar near the bottom as well. Thoughts?
To be expected. I got stuck in dirty air draft train at the start of the race, and then
You're welcome.
uh, uh, and then I got spinned out, and then yeah, I was just fighting the whole race. I believe it.
Bacon, same thing for you. You guys, well, I guess
Hey,
you're right beside me, but
middle
we're
of the
not.
pack. Come on, I hold it down.
Yeah, all of us actually not great on consistency. I think looking through these, so Arrow Knight, myself, and Sparkashira all tied for the most consistent drivers through Sector 3, which I find to be a little shocking, maybe. Um, I guess Sector 2 is by far my worst sector on the track. Let's see what the stats say. Apparently, I was pretty consistent at it. Consistently shit is what I would say. Very inconsistent in through Sector 1, but you do kind of. Let me see. What is maybe there's a general trend here. See, like Trippy, very inconsistent through Sector 1. Bevo, that was his worst sector. My worst sector. Bacon, oh my god, a 2.4? You were ridiculously inconsistent through Sector 3. I mean,
Sorry, man.
did you feel like does that feel like an accurate number to you?
I mean, I don't think I was great through the third sector, but I don't know if I was 2.4
Oh
bad
my
through the
Rich
third
god.
sector.
Photoshop this image.
I
I
mean,
guess.
I don't really exactly remember every single lap of the third sector, but I know, some things happened during the third sector, but not, I don't know enough to make it that bad. But
He lost a wing. I can confirm this.
I did do that. Yeah, I did
See,
lose
but
half a win.
I
You
would
did
say
do
that
that.
definitely affects you more in the second sector than it would in the third. That's crazy, and it's not even the lowest of anybody. McLaren fan had a 1.1 consistency in the same third sector. What are we doing?
I had a 1.9 in the first sector. If you look,
Oh my
uh,
god.
dude, the amount of times I had messed up turn 4, I what was it, 29 laps? I think 28 times I messed up that corner. Might have
Christ.
hit it good once.
I mean, this is a difficult track, so having some low sector consistency, honestly, to be expected, I guess, when you really think about it. But yeah, I'm surprised to even be as high as 8. I felt like lap after lap, I was not very consistent at all. I don't know. I didn't feel comfortable once during that race. I was definitely a lot more drenched in sweat than I was from the first race. I was stressed out the entire time. Moving on to pure race pace. Yeah, no shocker to see Nova in first. Um, McLaren fan in second. We do have Bevo in third. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Bacon, you get sixth. Dustin, you're in eighth. Rockstar 10th, and then I got 14th. Sparkus, you're a podium. 12th in race pace. How do you guys? What kind of thoughts does this conjure up in your minds, guys?
Number 1, it is Photoshop. So there's no way Bacon's ahead of me.
Oh
Number
my
two,
god.
I know I said race pace is more important than consistency, but apparently not, because Spark was the most consistent and apparently the 12th fastest, I guess, throughout the whole race, and managed third. So
Hmm.
I was expecting to see my race pace higher just based on how bad my consistency was, but how I managed fourth based on that is pretty crazy.
Yeah, with the whole stat of the last one or whatever being a two whatever in the third sector, and then me being almost top of the almost top five here. I'm not really sure how those two contradict each other, but yeah, I'm gonna say Fridge Photoshop something to make himself look better in the last one. That's what I'm going with.
Yeah, I expected to be last. I was just straight up terrible, and apparently not. I guess if I feel terrible, I still got half decent pace, so that's a good sign. Um, Not so.
To once again clarify to maybe those who missed the last show or just don't remember, so the pure race pace is calculated by essentially it compares your sector times to the rest of the field. So in this case, who has the highest sector one? So 7.6. Yeah, so Bevo through sector one was, across the entire race on average faster than everybody else. You know, whether that be through setup or just he just had sector one nailed. He was consistently, on average, faster than the rest of the grid through Sector 1. And then Sector 2, we have a 9.0 from Nova. Uh, I'm curious to know if maybe he had higher wings than the rest of us as that's insanely faster than the rest of the grid. Um, as well as his third sector, the best of anybody on the grid. Sector one, I guess more full of straights and more high speed kind of start stop racing. Where sector two, sector three, a lot more flowy, a lot more downforce oriented. So, I mean, would you guys agree with that? I feel like that's what the numbers kind of point out.
Yeah, it's definitely what it seems like. Obviously, don't know his setup for sure, but that would seem like higher wings.
Yeah, gotta agree with Dustin there. I mean, I know I like running higher wings, but it doesn't really super reflect on what's going on here. That's probably just because I suck, but we won't talk about me sucking too much.
In the terms of Bevo, um, I think we all just suck because he asked me what I was running before the race. I sent it to him, and then that's what he was running. So, um, yeah, he just was better than us. Put it that way.
Where did he finish? I already forgot.
Bebo finished fifth.
He finished fifth,
Yep.
just behind you by 6 seconds.
Honestly, I never put too much stock into qualifying, but this season alone, I've had two mediocre races just on my own ability, and I've finished second and fourth, and that's just a lot of where I started the race. So
Hmm. Yeah.
maybe I do need to put a bit more stock into qualifying.
Hmm. Or maybe not because you're qualifying pretty good right now.
Yeah, I typically don't focus on that, and most of last season I started mid pack and got caught up in a bunch of stuff, and now that I'm starting further up, I'm able to kind of keep it clean, and even if I don't have the best race like driving wise, I can still finish pretty good.
This does try and kind of paint a picture about maybe how you stack up to the rest of the grid. So always nice to see. And then we have fastest laps. So then fastest laps, we have the 10 fastest laps in this race. McLaren fan with three of them, Nova with three of them, Rozak with one, Arrow with two, and Bevo with one of them. The fifth fastest lap in this race. Um, Thoughts, concerns, opinions, guys?
I'm not surprised to see Nova up there um, a bunch of times. It makes sense. McLaren fan is always fast, so even if he didn't have the best race, him taking fastest lap isn't surprising at all. Um, yeah, those are most of the names I'd expect to see up there, honestly.
Seems about right for how well they did in qualifying. Um, they yeah, what is this? Soft tire, yeah. Went on softs, doing it on the hards, getting the second fastest lap on the hards compared to the softs shows you just how
Mhm.
fast he was during qualifying and still during the race.
Yep.
With the hard tires or whatever, put only four, almost only 5/10 behind of putting in from a soft tire,
Yeah.
uh, fastest lap during the race. But not very surprising when quite a showing he put on in qualifying.
Mhm.
No, some of the I think all the people that were like working their way through the pack from mid pack to the front had good lap times, and then like McLaren fan was running up front most of the race, and then I think like middle way through he snapped it loose and broke his wing off because he was
Mhm.
parked in the middle of the track trying to get back going. But yeah, that's probably why he had fastest lap. He probably just salvaged soft run for a little bit before he had to
Yep.
get to what he did.
Yep. One thing to note, I guess, is looking at these sector one times. By far the fastest, like we talked about earlier, his race pace was the best through sector one was Bevo, and what next best was two and some tenths slower. Um, his on mediums, Nova's on hard, but the race leader who did a two stop and won, so definitely had a very high race pace. Bevo just, I don't know, something about him in sector one, have, I don't know, they meshed. He made a deal with the devil just to be good at sector one at Bahrain. It seems like, because compared to the rest, I feel like his second sector almost a second slower than McLaren fan. Um, wow, that is an insane sector too. Talking about really good times. A sub 39, yeah, the only driver, I guess, of these fastest laps. Maybe somebody could have hit faster through sector 2, but then slower through the rest. And then same thing with his sector 3 time. Not as surprising because Nova was kind of close, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe we need to take lessons from Bevo about sector 1 at Bahrain because that is electric pace. Um, that kind of brings it to a wrap. So, I mean, do you guys have anything else maybe that you've remembered that you'd like to bring up or
Uh, Pulled a pretty sweet switchback on Arrow Night. That was awesome.
okay, okay, okay.
That's my most memorable moment of the race, I think. Um, no, I'm just excited to get to Mexico. I like the track. It's good racing there. Honestly, just excited to get to that.
Nothing really out of the ordinary for me. I mean, I was perfectly fine with and contempt with the racing with Rockstar for the last couple laps or whatever, like what we normally do. Somehow we always end up next to each other during these races most of the time. So I'm just glad to have at least some good racing, at least with somebody that can also race pretty decent or whatever through most of it. So
Yeah, speaking of Mexico, so looking down the list, we have some international racers. So Dustin, the only Canadian of our full-time grid, right?
Nope. Bro Joshua
Oh
as
yeah,
well.
Bro Joshua was missing. That's right. Um, so we have two Canadians. We do not race
And
Canada, so
don't
you guys will
forget it.
not have a home race. My bad. I'm sorry. We have a lot of Americans. Rozak is South African, does not have a home race. Me and What It Do, two Mexicans, we do have a home race. McLaren fan, Wizard, no, no home race. Kosovo, Foth, no home race for him. Spain, we do not race as so Doko also no race. So really, there's only gonna be like there's very few people who have a kind of special, kind of more meaningful home race. And it's really just gonna be me and What It Do at Mexico next week, and then the Brits with Silverstone. Apart from that, it's just gonna be,
We have
Coda.
Coda, yeah. Is
Yeah.
Vegas on the calendar again?
Mm-mm. No chance in hell.
Yeah.
No chance in hell we were doing Vegas again after that debacle at the end of the season.
yeah,
Yeah,
that was
But
that's
bad.
fair.
yeah, I mean, this is like an American hosted led league. can you really call it a home race? It is a home race, but it's not like a special home race. You know, it's kind of the norm. It's the status quo in the league. But are you guys actually? How do you guys feel about Coda? Speaking of Coda.
I'm gonna jump in as a leader of Team World here. Uh, we all need to band together at Coda and just have an all uh, not USA top 10. All right, if we can
Oh
manage
my
something like that.
god. That'd be difficult.
Non-USA top 10. That's
We gotta band together against the Americans. I say that like
Says an
I'm not
American.
an
Says an
American.
American with a Mexican flag next to his name.
Hey man,
hypocrite.
not really
I got,
hypocrite,
gotta
but
rock with the heritage. I get it.
yeah, I mean, I'm nationality wise, I'm an American. Culturally, I'm an American, but DNA wise, I am full Mexican. My parents both from Mexico, so I get a
I'm
little bit of
mainly
a choice there.
I'm just salty from the Olympics still, so I gotta take a win if I can get it. You know. So I'm
R.I.P. the hockey
secretly
team.
turning off track limits at Coda, and I'm gonna cut all the
Olympics,
corners. Best of luck.
baseball.
Yeah, but baseball is the USA is expected to beat us in that, and you barely did. So
I mean, you can't argue
Barely
against
still a
that.
W.
you're right. You're right. But
Well, if you were to get
Venezuela,
a full-grown man, put him
Venezuela.
in a boxing ring with a 3-year-old, and he barely wins, it's like the same thing. Oh, he barely won, but it's still pretty embarrassing.
Ah,
I hear no rebuttal. So, finalizing that Olympics conversation, to continue with the, I wonder how Doko feels about Barcelona. Oh, we don't even race it, so it doesn't even matter. Sorry, Doko. R.I.P. Um, yeah, I wonder how the Brits feel about Silverstone. I'd imagine they feel pretty confident there. Me personally, I suck at Mexico, so there will be no magical
so
moments there probably.
we got a lot of practice this week. Is what you're saying?
But
I would like to point out Fridge was a second and a half off the pace in qualifying at Mexico.
Oh,
And the top five
oh
were
God.
all within 2/10 of each other.
Okay, so I brought this up last episode. I'm still accepting applications for the second seat at Kick Sauber.
The the weekly Fridge slander is still going. Don't worry.
No, um, we got time. He thought he was going to be in absolute shambles at Bahrain, and his pace was better than he thought it would be. So we'll figure it out.
yeah, we'll see. Any final thoughts from you guys? Any final jabs
I
into?
think I think Mexico will be close. The top five in our practice thing we did was less than, it was 0.181 from first to fifth. So if that's any indication, it should be really close qualifying slash race.
Nah, would have been like 5/10 if I was there.
yeah.
Sure.
Oh,
Yeah,
I don't
there's
have
no
the
point.
standings. Hold on. Well, I guess I can edit
Oh
these
yeah,
in later.
bring up
But
the standings. Bring
let
up
me
the
pull these up
standings.
super
I'd
fast.
like the other two admins to see who's at the top of that list, please. Thank you.
Okay. I did completely forget about that, and that is very crucial here. Good thing I remembered at the very end. We have Dustin in the lead
What?
by 5 points. How many points to Rockstar? 11. 11 points ahead.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take that. I'll take that. My teammate has gotten railed both races so far, so that's a good sign.
We do have McLaren fan in second with yeah, with one race win, 0 points on the first race. Same thing with Nova. Didn't participate in the first race, winning this one, 25 points. Hashira, consistent performances through 2 races. Same thing with Rockstar. Kiwi, just the one race where he got the P2. Rozik, back-to-back P6s. Me, good first race, horrible second race. Bevo skyrocketing because of a good finish. Bacon getting his first points. Joshua missing a race, and then so on and so forth. With 3 drivers, 3 full-time drivers yet to get any point. Trippy, what it do? Limerence and Doko, I guess not showing up since he's not in the top 20. I guess because of reserves. Um, yeah, I mean, can't even ask if there's any surprises because obviously Dustin's gonna be in the lead, guys. My teammate is very obviously gonna be in the lead. First overall pick in the FSR draft. I mean, he's putting in the work. It seems like.
Um, Dustin hard carry.
I mean, I guess.
Give it time.
Fridge
Give it
Fridge
time.
has had the pace. but he 2 weeks in a row has snapped the car loose and spun it right in front of me before eventually having to pit and slash spinning out another time.
That's okay. We're working on it.
That's what I'm saying. If he can get it under him, you guys are chilling.
All right. I'm banking up points right now because Baku's a guaranteed DNF. I'm sure there's another track on there I'm forgetting about I don't like. But honestly, Baku's 0 points, so I need all the points I can get before then.
And the Spa mixed conditions race. You guys very much enjoy the rain.
I am chilling for that. I can't wait for that.
I like Wayne.
Yeah, Bacon, do you have any thoughts on this current driver standings?
Looks pretty solid so far. I mean, I wish I could be higher up and hang out with you guys up in the top 10, but maybe we'll get there one day.
Okay, now let me switch this over to the team standings.
Ooh, that's close.
Kick Sauber in the lead. You can call it hard carry if you want, doesn't matter. I am contributing. Every single one of my points have mattered so far. Aston Martin
Okay.
only 2 points behind the Kick Sauber team. And then there's a little bit of a gap where it's kind of a, I don't want to say best of the rest. It's only been 2 weeks, but that second grouping, I mean, it's what, 5 teams? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams, all within 8 points of each other. That's insane.
Yeah. Yeah, and honestly, this can change so fast. Like I said, I was 10% kidding when I said Baku DNF, but if that does happen, and like Rockstar pulls out a win or something, like that could flip so fast for a lot of these teams.
Yep.
Don't worry, I'll end up in the castle right in front of Dustin.
Oh, so I DNF on you, but at least I kill you in the process. That's fine.
Exactly. We're both involved. Actually, I'll
think,
probably hit it head on and just lose my front wing while you die.
I think I can go ahead and confirm that I will not be here for the Baku race, because what is it, April 5th now? Yeah, I will not be here.
No. Yeah, no, we postponed it. The 5th is Easter. It'll be on the 12th now.
Oh, right, we made that our break, so yeah. Damn it, I have to
Yeah.
race Baku.
Yeah, there's a
Man.
lot of us that are disappointed we have to race Baku, but this is for all
Man.
you people who thought it was a good idea to put it on the calendar. I just want to say this as polite as I can. Go fuck yourself.
That didn't feel very polite, I'll be honest.
Oh, sorry, eh?
To bring it back to the standings, Williams, McLaren, and the Ferrari teams really, really struggling. The McLaren team, not getting any points first race, and then the second race, one of them was absent. KFAS was absent. Mason not getting any points, and they didn't even get a reserve. They did not get randomly assigned a reserve. And then Ferrari and the Williams teams, the weaker teams on the grid, to be objectively honest. Still love you guys. Still love you, Wizard and Limerence and Doko and What It Do. But just, fact of the matter, gonna be a little more difficult for you guys. But I believe if Williams is capable of getting 2 points, I believe in you guys. Any last thoughts about these constructors standings?
Yeah, I mean, no, not really many surprises here. The kick team looking nice and strong. Is it one-sided? Too early to tell. Maybe maybe we'll see some big points from both the drivers here soon. I mean, I'm happy my team's doing decent in something. So, but I mean, yeah, it's still early, so a lot of things can change later on. So can't wait to see it.
All right. Well, that should be it. That should be it for this recap show. Um, any parting words to the FSR fans?
Stay hard.
Okay.
I'd like to retract my statement of go fuck yourself earlier, but not really if you actually voted for Baku.
Okay, so Dustin's
I think
saying
I voted for Baku.
I
think
also
I
voted
did.
for Baku, and I won't be there, so.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure I've said that to the two of you on multiple occasions, so nothing new.
Don't worry, I'm just gonna find an excuse. It's all
you
good.
guys are you guys have pulled the pin on a grenade and just walked away.
We're a man of the
America.
people.
Yeah, Bacon, any parting words?
Um, don't be silly. Wrap your willy.
I
Those are
like it.
good
I like
words.
it. I like that.
Yeah,
Very
Dustin should
If I
wise.
take
listen to that.
If only he went back 10 years and could take it.
All right. I don't really have any parting words. Just I don't know. Just keep it clean on track, boys. Let's keep it clean, please. A car in front of
Stay
you
classy,
means
San
brake
Diego.
earlier. What?
Stay classy, San Diego.
Okay.
I'm Ron Burgundy. I'm Ron Burgundy. Go fuck yourself, San Diego.
Okay. Well, with those
This
parting
guy knows
words,
ball.
with those parting words, thank you so much, guys, for tuning in and just listening to us talk the whole time. I mean, I feel like a lot of people would be tired of hearing my voice with how much commentating I do, but it is what it is. Thank you so much, guys. Say goodbye to the people, boys. Say goodbye.
Bye.
Go fuck yourself, San Diego.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
All right. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you so much.